You need to hear this if you're a guy. Welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into some seriously wild territory, man. We're talking about pain, and not just any pain, but the kind of pain that only dudes can truly understand. We're talking about kidney stones that feel like you're passing razor blades, sports injuries that would make a grown man cry, and the silent struggle of mental health issues. So, buckle up, because we're about to get real, raw, and maybe even a little uncomfortable. Let's do this. Alright, let's talk about kidney stones, man. These tiny, hard deposits can cause some of the most excruciating pain you can imagine. If you've ever had one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like your body is betraying you in the worst way possible. This isn't just some ordinary pain, this is a whole different beast. It's relentless and unforgiving. It's like a searing, stabbing pain in your back, right around your kidneys, that just radiates through your entire body. You feel it in your bones, and the worst part? It comes in waves. Just when you think you might get a break, it hits you again. You'll be feeling okay 1 minute, thinking you're in the clear, and then bam, it hits you again, even worse than before. It's like a cruel joke. You're sweating, you're nauseous, you might even throw up. It's brutal. Your body is in full revolt. People describe it as one of the most painful experiences imaginable, and for good reason. It's like your body is being torn apart from the inside. It's like someone's shoving a hot poker in your side and twisting it around. The pain is sharp and unrelenting. You can't even stand up straight. You're hunched over in agony. Every movement feels like torture. And then there's the whole peeing razor blades thing. It's like adding insult to injury. Seriously, when you have a kidney stone, even going to the bathroom becomes a nightmare. The burning sensation is unbearable. It burns like hell, and you're just praying that little sucker finally passes. You'd do anything to make it stop. Go see a doctor, because you might just have a kidney stone wreaking havoc on your insides. Don't wait, get help as soon as you can. So, we've talked about the symptoms of kidney stones, but what the hell are they anyway? Let's dive a bit deeper into this painful phenomenon. Basically, they're like little hard deposits that form in your kidneys. These deposits are made up of various substances that your body normally flushes out. Think of them like tiny jagged rocks made up of minerals and salts. These minerals and salts can come from the food you eat or even from your own body. These little bastards can range in size from a grain of sand to a freaking golf ball. The size can vary greatly depending on how long they've been forming. And let me tell you, the bigger they are, the more painful they are to pass. The pain can be so intense that some people compare it to childbirth. Imagine trying to push a golf ball through a straw. That's the kind of agony we're talking about here. When things get out of whack, these substances can crystallize and clump together, forming those dreaded kidney stones. This crystallization process can happen over weeks or even months. It's not entirely clear why, but some experts think it might have to do with our diet, our hormones, or even just the way our urinary tracts are structured. Factors like dehydration and certain medical conditions can also play a role. They can be incredibly painful, and they can really mess you up if you don't get them checked out. So, if you ever feel that sharp, stabbing pain in your side, don't ignore it. Get to a doctor ASAP. Alright, let's move on from kidney stones and talk about another type of pain that men know all too well. Physical injuries. Now, I'm not saying women don't get hurt, because they definitely do. But there's a certain type of physicality that comes with being a dude, and sometimes that means pushing our bodies to the limit. Think about it. We're the ones out there playing contact sports, lifting heavy weights, and generally putting ourselves in harm's way. We're talking broken bones, torn ligaments, concussions, the whole 9 yards. But here's the thing about men and pain. We're often expected to just suck it up and deal with it. Ignoring pain can actually make things worse in the long run. Chapter 4: Emotional Pain, the Silent Struggle. Now, we've talked about physical pain, but what about emotional pain? This is a topic that's often swept under the rug, especially when it comes to men. There's this societal expectation that men should be stoic, unemotional beings who don't let their feelings get the best of them. But the reality is, men experience a wide range of emotions just like anyone else, and sometimes those emotions can be incredibly painful. We're talking about the pain of heartbreak, the grief of losing a loved one, the loneliness of isolation, the sting of rejection. But here's the thing. Men are often discouraged from expressing these emotions openly and honestly. When men are taught to suppress their emotions, it doesn't make the pain go away. Chapter 5: Mental Health Issues, the Invisible Epidemic. Let's talk about mental health, man. It's a topic that's often brushed under the rug, but it's time we bring it to the forefront. This is a big one, and it's something that affects millions of men around the world. We're talking about depression, anxiety, PTSD, bipolar disorder, and so much more. The list goes on and on. These conditions don't discriminate. They can affect anyone, regardless of age, race, or background. These are serious mental health conditions that can cause immense emotional pain and suffering. They can make everyday life feel like an insurmountable challenge. But here's the thing, men are far less likely to seek help for mental health issues than women. This reluctance can be due to societal expectations or personal fears. There's still a huge stigma surrounding mental illness, especially for dudes. Many feel they need to maintain a facade of strength and invulnerability. Admitting that we're struggling with something like depression can feel like a sign of weakness, like we're somehow less of a man. This mindset needs to change. But when men don't seek help for mental health issues, it can have devastating consequences. The impact isn't just on the individual, but on their loved ones too. Untreated mental illness can lead to substance abuse, relationship problems, and a downward spiral that affects every aspect of life, job loss, and even suicide. It's crucial that we break the silence and encourage men to seek the help they need. Chapter 6. Pain Threshold. How much can you take? Alright, let's get scientific for a minute and talk about pain threshold. Basically, this refers to the point at which a person first perceives a stimulus as painful. It's the minimum amount of stimulation required to trigger a pain response. Now, everyone's pain threshold is different. Some people are naturally more sensitive to pain than others. Studies have shown that women tend to have a lower pain threshold than men, meaning they start to feel pain at lower levels of stimulation. It just means that our bodies process pain differently. Chapter 7. Pain Tolerance, the art of sucking it up. Now let's talk about pain tolerance. This is different from pain threshold. While pain threshold refers to the point at which you first feel pain, pain tolerance refers to the amount of pain you can withstand before you start to break down. It's your ability to cope with pain, both physically and emotionally. And just like with pain threshold, everyone's pain tolerance is different. Some people can handle a lot of pain, while others crumble at the slightest discomfort. The truth is, pain tolerance is incredibly complex and multifaceted. It's influenced by so many different variables that it's impossible to make sweeping generalizations about entire genders. Chapter 8. Borderline Personality Disorder, a world of emotional pain. Let's talk about borderline personality disorder, or BPD for short. This is a serious mental health condition that's often misunderstood and stigmatized. People with BPD experience intense and unstable emotions, relationships, and self-image. They often struggle with feelings of emptiness, worthlessness, and fear of abandonment. And let me tell you, the emotional pain associated with BPD can be absolutely debilitating. Now, BPD is often thought of as a woman's disorder, but the truth is it affects men too. Men with BPD are often misdiagnosed or underdiagnosed. Chapter 9. Health Issues when your body turns against you. Alright, let's talk about some specific health issues that can cause serious pain for men. First up, we've got prostate problems. The prostate is a small gland located right below the bladder, and it can cause all sorts of problems as men get older. We're talking about prostatitis, which is inflammation of the prostate, benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, which is an enlarged prostate, and even prostate cancer. These conditions can cause a range of symptoms, including pain during urination, frequent urination, difficulty emptying the bladder, and even erectile dysfunction. Then, there's testicular torsion. This is a serious condition that occurs when the spermatic cord, which supplies blood to the testicle, gets twisted. It's incredibly painful, and requires immediate medical attention. And let's not forget about hernias. Chapter 10. Extreme pain, the limits of human endurance. Alright, let's wrap things up by talking about extreme pain. This is the kind of pain that's so intense, so all-consuming that it pushes you to the very edge of your physical and emotional limits. We're talking about the pain of severe burns, the agony of cluster headaches, the debilitating pain of chronic back pain, the excruciating pain of childbirth. These are experiences that can fundamentally change a person, leaving them forever marked by the intensity of what they've endured. What one person considers excruciating, another person might find manageable. But there's no denying that there are certain types of pain that are universally recognized as being incredibly intense. Thanks for watching. Well, there you have it, folks. We've explored some of the most painful experiences that men can endure, from the physical agony of kidney stones to the emotional turmoil of mental health issues. Remember, it's okay to not be okay. If you found this video informative, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content on men's health and experiences. Your support means a lot to us. See you next time.